Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about abstract factory design pattern. So before starting with the new session, I would highly recommend you to look at my previous session because there I was talking about factory design pattern. So in a nutshell, if we talk about a factory design pattern, what we used to do there is the client application was trying to create an object of either a triangle or a circle, and for doing that it was depending on a factory class which is called shape factory. Now we are going to take the same application a little forward, and we are going to design this abstract design pattern. So in the previous session we discussed about triangle and circle. In this case what I have done is I have added another two classes, cube and sphere. So as you can see, triangle and circle are 2D shapes and cube and sphere are 3D shapes. And to make the creation little better, what we have done, we have created two classes here, which is shape 2D factory and shape 3D factory. The job of shape 2D factory is to create an object of either a triangle or a circle, and shape 3D factory is to create either an object of cube or a sphere. We have a factory producer class which is going to take a decision on whether to instantiate a shape 2D factory or a shape 3D factory based on the need of the client. If the client wants an object of triangle, what he is going to do is he is going to instantiate an object of shape 2D factory and then ask the shape 2D factory to create an object of triangle. And if the client wants to create an object of sphere, the client will ask the factory producer to create an object of shape 3D factory and then ask shape 3D factory to create a sphere shape for him. So let's jump into the code to understand how this is being implemented in C++. So here is a small application that is created through this. So just look at this. We have a interface called as shape. So we don't have interface keyword in C++ as of now. So I've just created a class here, and I have made this method draw as pure virtual. That means the implementation of the shape class will definitely have to override this, or basically give a definition for this draw method. So as we have discussed, shape will have four kind of implementations. One will be sphere, one will be circle, one will be triangle, one will be cube. So as you can see here, circle is here. What circle is doing? Circle is inheriting shape publicly, and then it is having a definition for draw. Let's go ahead and look at the draw method inside the circle. So I can actually go to the definition. Let me go to the definition here, which is circle. Sorry, yeah, you can see here draw method is having circle, just it is printing circle here. Just we have added these two statements which will help us to basically write the data into our console output. So similarly we have implementations for cube. You can see here the print statement for this draw will be printing cube. You can see it over here. Yes, we are printing cube here, and then we have copies for the same copies for sphere and triangle. So we'll go via the implementation of those also. So let's go to the sphere implementation. You can see here sphere is printed over here, and then triangle will also be there. So you can see triangle also getting printed over here. So we have implementations for all shape objects, all shape implementations. So shape has four implementations: circle, cube, sphere and triangle. Let's go ahead and see the shape factory interface that we have created. So if you look at shape factory, what shape factory is doing, shape factory's job is to get the shape of either of these classes: circle, cube, sphere and triangle. So all these are shapes. So what we have written inside this shape factory is it is going to get the shape. So since this is an interface, we have made it as pure virtual and making equated it to 0. Let's go ahead and look at the implementations for the SAFe factory, which is SAFe 2D factory and SAFe 3D factory. Let's go out to SAFe 2D factory. So SAFe 2D factory is publicly inheriting SAFe factory. So if you see here, what it is doing is, it is basically accepting a type, and then based on the type it is creating a SAFe. So the SAFe can either be a circle or triangle, because this is a 2D factory. So if you go to a 3D factory, the only thing that will change over here is it will create a cube or a sphere. Let's go ahead and look at the destructor also. So what it is doing is, it is just destroying the SAFe object and setting it to null pointer. So let me just go through each of the classes again. So we have 4 classes or 4 objects that will be created. One is circle, one is cube, one is sphere, and one is triangle. And this factory is supposed to create that object via the GateSAFe method. The definition of GateSAFe method you can see in 2D factory and 3D factory, and the 2D factory is supposed to create either a circle or a triangle, and the 3D factory is going to create an object of either a cube or a sphere. So now we are clear about what each of the classes are supposed to do. Let's go ahead and understand what factory producer is supposed to do. So the factory producer, as we have already discussed, is supposed to create a factory based on the need of the client. The client wants to create a triangle. In that case, the factory that is needed for the client is a 2D factory. So it is going to create SAFe 2D factory. Now if the client wants to create a sphere, in that case we have to create an object of SAFe 3D factory. So you can see here, so the job of this factory producer is basically to create a factory for the client. So as we understood what the job of this factory is, the factory producer is, let's try to go to the client application and then make a call to understand what is happening over there. So let me first try to create a 2D SAFe. If I want to create a 2D SAFe, what I need to do? I need to pass in a value here as 1, because I know 1 is the one is needed. I'll go to factory producer. If you see here in type, if I pass 1 over here, I'm going to create an object of SAFe 2D factory. So if I want a SAFe of 2D, I definitely have to pass 1 from the client to the GateSAFe factory. Now once I do that, I want to create an object of a triangle. So I'll go inside this 2D factory implementation and see what type I need to pass to get a triangle. So that is type equals to 2. So let me go to my client application and add 1 here and 2 over here. Let me start my debugger. So let me just create an object of factory producer here. Then I'm going to press on F11 to get inside GateSAFe factory. So I'm going to get inside GateSAFe factory. So I have passed in 1. That means my intention is to create a SAFe 2D factory. Here I can confirm that. Look at the V pointer that is over here, and that will tell you now it is connected to SAFe 2D factory GateSAFe. Let's go inside GateSAFe in the next set of steps. So what I'll do, I'll just return this SAFe factory and return from here. Now I'm going to do F11 because I want to get inside GateSAFe. Now we are very much clear that we are going inside the 2D factory. So let me just so I just pressed F11. Now I have passed in the value, you can see here 2. So 2 means my intention is to create a triangle. So let me just create a triangle over here. So just look at the V pointer. You can see it is connecting to triangle draw. Let me just go to the next line by putting F10. Now I'm going to call draw. So let me press F11. So yeah, it's clear that it is inside triangle draw. Now I'll press F10. Now I'll press F10 again. Just go ahead and look at the console. Triangle has been printed. That means we are done with the job of printing a triangle. Let me just put F5 over here, and we are going to go to our client application, and now my intention is to create a 3D shape. So the moment I want to create a 3D shape, I'm going to pass in the value as 2. Now again, from 3D shape I want sphere. So if I want sphere, what is the value that I should pass in? So I'll go to this 3D factory, go to the get shape API, and see what I need to pass. I need to pass 2 here, which is printing sphere. So I need to pass in the value 2, which is already over there. So I'll just start my debugger and show you how sphere is getting printed over here. So let me start the debugger. F10, then F11. Yeah, I have passed in a value as 2. So I am going to create a shape 3D factory. So let me create a shape 3D factory, and if you let's go inside F3D factory also. So I'm going to press F11. So if you see, the constructor is getting called. Now let me press F10. Now shape factory object has been created. If you look at shape factory object, it is pointing to shape 3D factory get shape. Now let me get this factory object, go back to my client application. Now I'm going to get a 3D shape. Till here you can see we got a 3D shape object. Now my intention is to call get shape with 2, which is going to take me to sphere class. So let me just press F11 here. Now I have passed in 2 here. So I'll go over here and press F10. If you look at the shape object, you can easily understand the V pointer has been connected to sphere draw. So the moment I'm going to call the draw method, the sphere shape draw method will be called. I'm putting F10 here, then putting F11 again. You can see the sphere draw method is called. The moment you go to the console, you can just confirm, yes, now sphere has been drawn. So this is what you have seen as the implementation of the abstract factory pattern. Thanks everyone for watching this video.